Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's solve one more problem on pressure line or thrust line. Here, a rectangular concrete 100 mm wide and 250 mm deep over 8 meter is pre-stressed by a pre-stressing force 250 kilonewton. Eccentricity at support is 0 and mid-span it is 40 mm. The beam support 1.2 kilonewton per meter. Determine the position of the pressure line or thrust line. Here they have not given the diagram. We should plot by using the following data. That is, the cross section data they have given is 100 mm by 250 mm. It's a rectangle, so it is 100 mm by 250 mm. Next, for the longitudinal section, here what I have written is it's a simply supported beam carrying a UDL. So how did I decide it's a UDL or point load is? You should check with the units. Here it's kilonewton per meter. When they have mentioned it as kilonewton per meter, that means it's a UDL. So I have written a UDL here. And the length of this beam is 8 meter, so I have mentioned here. Next is pre-stressing force is 250 kilonewton. P value they have given as 250 kilonewton. Eccentricity at support is 0 and midspan is 40 mm. Here this point is important. Why do we need these values is to find out whether the given cable is a straight line or it's having some variation. Okay, so by looking at the data, what we can assume about or what we will come to know about the cable is at the support, exactly at this point E value is 0, eccentricity is 0, but exactly at the midspan it is 40 mm. E is 40 mm. So we can clearly understand it's a cable is having a parabolic variation. Okay, it's not a straight line, it is having a parabolic variation. So the next point is 1.2 kilonewton per meter is nothing but a live load. So I have denoted by WQ equal to 1.2 kilonewton per meter. The notation for live load is WQ. Determine the position of the pressure line. We should using all these data, we should calculate the pressure line, position of the pressure line. So first I have written whatever data they have given, that is P equal to 250 kilonewton. Next, the calculation of the area. Area is 250 mm by 100 mm. So it is 25 into 10 power 3 mm square. I is moment of inertia. For rectangle, we know the formula as BD cube by 12. B is 100, depth is 250, so it is 130.21 into 10 power 6 mm power 4 for I section. The next thing is for Z, sectional modulus. Standard formula is I by Y. I value we know, and what is this Y? It is a rectangle section, so it is 250 by 2 will give you Y value. It is Z value is 1.04 into 10 power 6 mm cube. Next is a calculation of dead load. Dead load on beam is we know that it is area of the beam, cross section area of the beam into density. Okay, here we can see here the area is in mm, but I have converted it into meter, so it is 0.1 into 0.25 into 24 kilonewton per meter cube. Density is 24 kilonewton per meter cube. So consider that you will get 0.6 kilonewton per meter as a dead load, and already this live load is given in the question. So take it as 1.2 kilonewton per meter and add these two, we will get a total load. In pressure line, always we should add dead load and live load for the calculation. So we should consider a total load as 1.8 kilonewton per meter. And before going to the next step, I just want to explain about few points. Here, it's not a straight cable. We have a pressure line formula as E bar equal to M by P. Capital M by P is a standard pressure line formula. But here we have a curved bar, correct? The bar is not a straight bar, it is a curved bar. So we don't have any direct formula to locate the pressure line distance or E bar for this curved cable. So what we should do? First we should calculate the distance between this neutral axis and the curved bar at different locations or selected points. I have selected few points. There we should find out the distance between this neutral axis and the cable for different points. Then after that, E bar is over. We have calculated E bar. After that, what is the next step is, we need to calculate the stresses induced at the top and at the bottom of the section, and exactly at the selected points where we have selected the points. At those points we should find out what is the stresses induced in that. So using those values, the stresses means we have calculated F superior, F inferior in other problems, that should be found out for even for this problem. So using that, we can locate a pressure line distance by interpolating the stress values. This is a procedure. So what we have done, for a curved bar, as this is a curved bar, what I am doing is, I am just taking a for a curved bar, that is one point, and here you can see I have written a note. That is, in question they have not given particular pressure line position, so we will only assume the position. They have not given the E value at or pressure line positions value, they have not mentioned anywhere. So what I am doing is, I am taking 2 points, or I am just assuming the 2 point. One is exactly at the center, one is exactly at the quarter of the span. So exactly at the center means, what is the total length of the beam? It is 8 meter. 8 by 2 will be 4 meter. This is exactly at the center. Okay, that is one position I have selected, and the one more position is, it is 8 by 4 for quarter. That is nothing but standard formula. We know that if we want a quarter location, so it is L by 4 will give you 2 meter. 2 meter from left support, from here to here it is 2 meter. Exactly at this position, what is the value I should find out. So before calculating the E value, I should find out for E value or E bar, I have a formula as M by P. So I know the P value, but I don't know different M values. And keep this in mind, even M value will keep on changing on its depending on its position. Okay, exactly at the support, the M support is 0. Exactly at the support, the moment about the support is 0. That is one thing. They have directly given, sorry, not moment, they have mentioned about E here. See here, eccentricity at the support is 0. So even the moment at the support is 0. The next point is moment at the quarter. You can see the value I have written. Quarter means at x is equal to 2 meter. So at this whatever gap you can see here at 2 meter, we should find out exactly at this point how much is a moment at the quarter. So for that we have a reaction at the supports. For a simply supported beam carrying a UDL, the support reaction formula is WL by 2. W is, remember, it's a total load. Consider this as a W. Don't take separately like anything like 0.6, 1.2. Don't take it separately. It is 1.8 directly, or this is a total load we should consider. So in the diagram you can see here, throughout the span I have mentioned this UDL 1.8 kilonewton per meter. This value should be used for the calculation. So at the support reaction is 7.2 kilonewton. How did I get that? It is 1.8, that is a load, into L is a total length, whole divided by 2 will give you 7.2 kilonewton. So this value is 7.2 kilonewton. With reference to this point, it is rotating in a clockwise direction. So 7.2 into 2 minus, here you can see a UDL. What is the UDL value? It is 1.8. It is rotating in a anti-clockwise direction. So it is minus 1.8 into, what is the span? It is 2 into 2 by 2. You will get 10.8 kilonewton meter. This is what? This is a moment value exactly at the quarter. At this point the moment value is 10.8 kilonewton meter. The next one is moment at mid-span. Moment at this span, mid-span is exactly at this point. So the standard formula we know it as, that is, for a simply supported beam carrying a UDL, the moment at the center is always WL square by 8. So W is 1.8 into L is the total length. Remember, it's a total length, not half of it, nothing like that. It is total or complete length. So take 1.8 into 8 square whole divided by 8. You will get 14.4 kilonewton meter has a M value. See, this is very important. This M value is different at different point. At support it is 0, at quarter it is 10.8, at midspan it is 14.4. So that will, M value will change. The next thing is, I should find out what is the E value. That is, clearly in the diagram you can see exactly at the center or exactly at the midpoint. I know E value, correct? Eccentricity value, that is, they have given in the question. Exactly at the midpoint, eccentricity E value is 40 mm. Now what is remaining? Only at the quarter span and at the support E value is remaining. As moment is 0 at the support, even E value will be 0. So I got E value for at the support and E value at the midspan. I have got these two values. Next, the remaining is only at the quarter span. Quarter span, how much is E value? To get that E value or Y value, what do we have? As this cable is having a parabolic variation, Y formula, what we can do? We can use equation of parabola, that is Y equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x. Remember, x means quarter span distance. Quarter, here at what distance we got a quarter span? It is 2 meter. I have converted it into mm, so it is 2000 mm. This is x value. Next is the L value. L is the complete length. It's 8 meter. I have converted it into mm, so it is 800 mm. So h value is the eccentricity exactly at the midspan, h equal to 40 mm. Substitute all the values here by converting from meter to mm. You will get the Y value or E value eccentricity at the quarter span is 30. Here at the support it is 0, at the quarter it is 30 mm, at the midspan it is 40 mm. So, the next calculation is, as I told, when we find out this eccentricity value and all, the next thing to find out is a stress. So, the first point is stress at support. We have chosen 3 locations, one is support, one is quarter span, one is at the mid span. Like that, according to that, we will find out the stresses. So, first one is stress at support. So, E equal to 0, M equal to 0. Eccentricity at this point is 0, moment at this point is 0. Next is for F superior means for the top it is standard formula we have, and for F inferior means stresses at the bottom, even we have a standard formula there. And please keep one thing in mind, here in the equation you can see it as F superior equal to it is plus P by A minus PE by ZT plus mg by ZT plus mq by ZT. This is for a top layer. So, for the top layer it is either ZT or ZB, it is both are same, okay, no changes in that. So, you can directly write it as just Z, that is 1 point, and here E value is 0. So, the second term won't be there, that is 0, and M value will be 0. Here there is a no separate values like mg, mq, nothing like that. Why? Because we have added both the loads, dead load and live load, we have got one single load. So, for that single load we will get a single moment. So, even this third term and the fourth term is also 0. So, all second, third and fourth terms will be 0. The remaining thing is P by A. We know P is 250 kilonewton. So, 250 into 10 power 3 means convert that kilonewton into Newton, and area is 25 into 10 power 3, convert that into the value itself is 25 into 10 power 3 mm. So, let us check, yeah, mm square. So, it is correct. So, it is 25 into 10 power 3. So, we will get F superior as 10 Newton per mm cube. The next one is the stresses at the bottom. F inferior equal to plus P by A plus PE by Z. Here there is a small correction, as there is no difference between T and B. You can take it as directly, you can take it as just B. Okay. You can directly take it as Z. There is no need to mention it's a ZT or ZB. To make you familiar with the terms, I have just written it as ZB. Okay. The next thing is, again it's a same thing, E value is 0, M value is 0. So, second, third, fourth term is 0. The remaining is P by A. It is same value, both at the top and at the bottom it is same value. The stresses at the top and bottom is 10 kilonewton per meter cube. For support, the stresses at the support, it is over. The next thing is, you should plot a variation, pressure line, wherever the stress is there, we should plot that stresses. So, the first thing is at the support, okay. So, at the support, at the top, how much we got? It is 10 Newton per mm square, at the bottom it is 10 Newton per mm square, and it's a rectangular section. Here you can observe I have mentioned x is equal to 125 mm. That means what? The x stands for pressure line distance. From the bottom, at what distance this pressure line is present, we should find out. This is for a support, at support. So the overall depth of the beam is 250. 250 by 2 you will get 125 mm. So for the support the pressure line distance is 125 mm. So the next thing is stress at quarter span. So exactly at the quarter span we have calculated how much is E value, that is this value is 30 mm. Take that. So at quarter span E equal to 30 mm and M equal to 10.8 kilonewton meter. If you want you can check once again. See here, at quarter M value is 10.8 kilonewton meter. So I have considered that, and whatever I have said I have written it as a note here. Here dead load and live load is added, and we will use those loads to find one single M, that is one single moment. We have added dead load and live load, so we will get single M value, and even ZT and ZB is taken as single Z. Okay, so individual Z or single Z. So the next thing is again the stresses at the top. Again we have a same standard formula, copy down that. We have E value here, we have M value here. Here the changes is please be careful, separately again and again don't substitute these two values, just it's a single term. These two terms, third and fourth term is a single term, that is M by Z, that's it. Okay, so the first term the value is P by A, I have substituted. The next term is PE by Z, it is just directly as Z, so it is minus P into how much is E, that is 30 I have mentioned, and the Z value is this much, plus add the third and fourth term, it's a single term. Okay, don't add it, it's just a single term, so it is directly M by Z. So I have converted kilonewton meter to Newton mm. So it is 10.8 into 10 power 6 by 1.04 into 10 power 6. So put together we will get F superior as 13.17 Newton per mm square. This is stress at the top. The next thing is F inferior, the stress at the bottom. For stress at the bottom, again it's a same thing. Don't mention ZT, ZB, directly it is B. Sorry, I will just correct this. Fine. Even it's the same thing, but only signs are different. Be careful. It is plus for the first two terms, and for the last term it is negative. These two should be considered as a single term, that is minus M by Z. So F inferior is, that is nothing but the stresses at the bottom is 6.83 Newton per mm square. Here just observe, the stress at the top is more and stress at the bottom is less. How will be the variation? At the top the variation will be more and at the bottom it is less. So according to these values I have written this variation. It is nothing like a trapezoidal variation, correct? So for this we should plot where is a pressure line. So to find out this x value, what I have done, I have just taken, it is looking like a trapezoid. So to find out that distance I have taken this formula, that is x is equal to a plus 2b by a plus b into L by 3. So be careful, A is nothing but the stress at the bottom and B is nothing but stress at the top. So 6.83 plus 2 into 13.17 whole divided by 6.83 plus 13.17 is for the first term, and the next term is, it is L by 3. Please be familiar with these terms. Here L is nothing but depth, or you can change it as capital D by 3. It is your convenience. So the depth is this one, not sorry, L means here I am referring to this depth. So take it as 250 by 3. We will get X value as 138.21 mm. The pressure line from the bottom, it is at a distance of 138.21 mm. This is for the quarter span. The next and last remaining term is midspan. Stresses at midspan, E is 40 mm. Directly in the question they have given M. We have calculated at midspan, it is 14.14, sorry, 14.4 kilonewton meter. The next is formula for F superior, F inferior, stress at the top, stress at the bottom. So substituted first term I have substituted, second term I have substituted, and third and fourth it's a single term. So put together it's a single term. So it is plus M by Z. So just substitute it. You will get F superior as 14.23 Newton per mm square. Stress at the top is this much and stress at the bottom is 5.77 Newton per mm square. Here be careful with the signs. When you when third and fourth term is put together, we will get it as minus M by Z. Here also it is directly Z. One second. Yes. Okay, we will get F inferior as 5.77 Newton per mm square. So for this I should plot a stress variation. Again you can see at the top the variation is more, at the bottom even variation is less. By looking at these two values we can understand it's a trapezoidal variation. So like that I have written 14 at the top, 5 at the bottom. It's a trapezoidal variation. Again the same formula, and be careful with the L value. Here L value means it's a depth. So and A value means stress at the bottom, B value is stress at the top. So X value is 142.63 mm. This is where pressure line is lying for the central span. So now I have got all three different X values. I should plot that and I should write a final pressure line location. You can see here it's a longitudinal section. The complete length is 2 meter. I have complete length is 8 meter. I have just divided. So exactly at the support, you can observe here this dotted line is nothing but a neutral axis. From the bottom to the neutral axis, it is 125 mm, half of the depth. So exactly at this point we will get 125. The next one is exactly at the quarter. So at the quarter, here you should do some little correction. Sorry, the 2 meter will come here. From here to here it is 2 meter. Please correct this. So from here to here it is 2 meter. So at 2 meter distance means it is from it is 138.21 mm, and the this value is for the mid span. So from this left corner to this point exactly at the center means it is 4 meter. Please again move this and write this line here. So it is from here to here 2 meter, from here to here it is 4 meter. Correct these things. So it is exactly at 4 meter from the left side. The pressure distance is 142.63 mm. Like this we can plot a pressure line variation. Thank you.